Training is definitely making myself better, but I know that it's going to end up making my teammates better.
You have to know your teammate and know what they need.
The cohesion on the field and off the field is what makes everyone strong.
Being on a team, you know it's not just you out there.
I would do anything for the player next to me, behind me, in front of me.
Practicing day in and day out, trying to be the best me so they can be the best them. It's like a sisterhood that you have with those girls.
It's just really empowering. They're all doing crazy things. And you want to be like them, and you want to push yourself like them.
Motivates me to work harder, to get faster, quicker.
Pushing each other so hard, all for the same goal. And then when you accomplish it, that's the best feeling in the world.
Once you tap into that, I think you're unstoppable.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Sandin, the official ball of you.
And a big welcome back to Everett Community College. Wes Tucker here keeping you company in the 2019 NWAC Basketball Championship Tournament. Sweet 16 matchup between Whatcom and Grays Harbor. Let's throw things down to our public address announcer as he introduces the contesting teams.
We'd like to thank our sponsors of the NWAC tournament: Red Lion Hotels, Bob Sports, Under Armour, Snohomish County Sports Commission, and our host, Everett Community College. The three core principles of the NWAC are character, competition, and community. The NWAC encourages you as a fan to enjoy the competition, cheer on the athletes, and respect those involved. Good sportsmanship is at the core of competition, and the NWAC asks you to refrain from swearing and any derogatory remarks directed at the student athletes, officials, coaches, and other fans. Failure to adhere to those responsibilities will be a cause for removal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the visiting team. First of all, the non-starters for the Whatcom Orcas. Number 10, Isabella Lucas. Number 15, Rachel Sandin. Also, number 23, Samantha Ruby. Number 24, Annalise Reyes. And number 34, Hannah Larkin. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here are the starters for the Whatcom Orcas. At guard, a 5'4" freshman, number 1, Carmelita Rodriguez. At guard, a 5'10" sophomore, number 2, Allison Hathaway. Also at guard, 5'9" freshman, number 21, Gabrielle Edison. At forward, 5'9" freshman, number 33, Autumn Trim. At forward, 5'10" sophomore, number 35, Elisa Clayman. The head coach of the Orcas is Anthony Slater, with assistant coaches Tyra Lopez, Jacqueline Dick, and also Rich Olson. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the Grays Harbor Chokers. First of all, the non-starters. Number 1, Tedra Tovia. Number 2, Takana Dyer. Number 3, Karina Mendoza. and number 24, Jalen Webster. Here are the starters now for Grace Harbor. At guard, the 5'6" freshman, number 5, Keely Teal. At guard, 5'10" freshman, number 10, Trevia Armstrong. At freshman, at forward, 5'7" sophomore, number 22, Isabel Hernandez. At guard, 5'10" sophomore, number 34, Sandin Taylor. At guard, 5'10" freshman, number 42, Amani Bird. The head coach of the Jokers is Chad Allen, with assistant coaches Rob Britton and Greg Holloway. Our officials, umpire Trevor Grisnick. Referees, Jacob Petz and Caitlin Bucker.
So here we go as we've got another Sweet 16 matchup. Grays Harbor Chokers and the Whatcom Orcas going at it here. Wes Tucker coming your way from Everett Community College as Grays Harbor will win the tip-off. And it's going to be Teal on the outside now. And Armstrong winning that tip-off. Gives back to Teal. Teal trying to fight her way up front to go outside. And it's going to be Kidder coming away with the first 2 points for the Harbor. And it looks like they credited the 2 points to Whatcom by accident. So it's 2-0 Harbor, and Armstrong with the defense. So interesting down there on the official score table, crediting the Grays Harbor bucket to Whatcom. So I guess we're going to be talking about the scores in reverse here. 2-0 Harbor. Let's go on the outside of the key. It's going to be Tranum with the ball that ends up in the hands of Kidder once more. And now it looks like everything's been corrected on the scoreboard. Thanks for hanging with us through that. And Kidder pushing up and isn't able to complete 2, and ball will stay in possession of Whatcom. Again, Grays Harbor College making the 2018 bracket. Did not make it past the Sweet 16, however, so this is a good chance for the Chokers. Get to the furthest they've ever been in the women's basketball tournament as Armstrong is able to stop it again. And for the Grays Harbor Chokers, head coach Chad Allen in his 5th year at the helm, and Armstrong looks like she kicks the ball, resulting in Whatcom possession from the far sideline. 2-0 Grays Harbor College. And looking for an opening here is Allison Hadaway. Hadaway gives on back, contested 3, no good from Eliza Kooiman. So Harbor with the basketball. They give off to Isabel Hernandez, and up and in for a couple more. So the Chokers coming out firing on all cylinders. And Grays Harbor this year was 15 and 11 non-conference. 26 games in total. So the ball is up and good, courtesy that time of Kooiman. In no game against Whatcom for Grays Harbor this year during the regular season. Pulling up, and Kidman. Kidder collecting 2 more for the Chokers. And up they go, and in, courtesy of Kidman and Kidder. Hernandez not able to stop it from going out of bounds. It's going to be Whatcom basketball from the baseline. Looking for an open Orca. Indeed finds Koyman. Koyman on back. Feigns three, steps up. Koyman for three. No good off the iron, and Armstrong with the rebound. And winner of this contest will go on to play tomorrow at 3 p.m. The Orcas come away, and hard foul. No, they're going to get a traveling call. And Armani Bird will give way to Kidder to put the ball back in play. They overthrow Hernandez and nearly hit Allie Young and Marco Acertia up front. Marco seems unfazed, however, Allie still quaking in her boots down there at the NWAC table. And now Whatcom to throw it in from the sideline. Putting up and not able to complete it. Coming down with it is Bird. And on the outside now is Teal. Teal looking for an opening or an open shooter. Bird trying to set up a screen. They go to Bird at the free throw line. Back they go to Teal. Teal pushing up outside. Hernandez feigns the jumper and is not able to complete it. And Kidder comes away with the rebound. Here comes Armstrong for two. Six minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the first quarter. So the shot is up and no good for three. Bird on the rebound gives up to Teal. And out of bounds it goes. Still Choker basketball. And the Whatcom Orcas with a new head coach this year. Anthony Slater, his first year. Whatcom still without an NWAC championship in the women's trophy case. And as is the Chokers. Again, the Chokers have been in the tournament 8 times, have never accumulated a tournament win. Then they give to Armstrong. Armstrong pushing up and is fouled in the process. And that foul is going to be on Samantha Herbie. Her first personal, first team foul, and Armstrong is going to shoot. Armstrong on the year shot 72.5% on free throws and misses the first one. Armstrong lines up for the second. And able to get the second one. And this is game 3 of 8 for you today. Women's Sweet 16 action. They try to set up the corner. Now open 3, passed up on, and here is Koyman. No good. It's the top of the backboard. So Choker basketball from their own baseline. Sandin Kidder to bring the ball back in play. And Coach Chad Allen down there directing some traffic. They go up and in for 2. And wasting no time, here comes the Orcas, and there's a foul as well. It's going to be 2 shots. And the foul is going to be on Teal, her first personal, and the team's second. So Rachel Sandy set to shoot 2 for the Whatcom Orcas. Shot 1 is up and drained easy. (13-3), Grace Harbor with a comfortable 10-point lead at the moment, trying to cut it down to 9, and does so successfully as Sandy. Armstrong with the rock, dribbles her way across half court through 3 defenders, right up the lane, and not able to finish it off. But it will remain in Grays Harbor possession. And everybody on the bench of Whatcom confused as to why they don't have possession of the basketball. Conversation now between a couple of the officials. And it's going to be Grays Harbor basketball from the Whatcom baseline. Outside they go to Bird. Bird over to Teal. Teal to Hernandez. And Armstrong with the rock and nearly taken away, and is taken away. Here comes Sandin and puts it in for 2 more. So 13-6 as the Chokers have given up back-to-back points here. They go to Teal on the outside. Teal directing traffic. Hernandez. Teal feigns 3, steps up from the corner, and Hernandez has to keep it from going out of bounds. Shot clock at 5 seconds. Armstrong drops back and stolen away. All alone up front and easy to score by Rodriguez. So Rodriguez putting it away 13-8 in favor of the Harbor. Mid-range 2, good from Kidder. (15-8). Grays Harbor responding after giving up 3 points, and now pushing up is Rodriguez for 2. No good. Rebound Armstrong. Armstrong maneuvering her way out of Harbor territory. Give us to Kidder. Kidder up and can't complete 2. Bird on the rebound, but loses it, and it goes out of bounds. 3 minutes and 36 seconds, and a timeout will be taken, so away we step. We'll be right back after this.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Sandin, the official ball of you.
And back after the timeout, 3:36 remaining, and Grays Harbor a 15-8 lead here in this Sweet 16 matchup. Winner is going to advance to play tomorrow. And they'll do so playing the winner of our next contest here, slated to start at 2 p.m. Pushing up and out of bounds it goes. Harbor basketball. So Grays Harbor with the ball from their own baseline. They give to Kidder, who right goes to Armstrong. And Armstrong over to Teal. Teal from the outside. Kidder pushing up. They try to find Teal, but to no avail. So Kidder from the baseline now of the Orcas. They go outside to Armstrong. Armstrong is back to Kidder. Kidder around the outside of the arc. And a foul joining in. And like to welcome back to the broadcast booth, Pete Richmeyer. Pete, how you doing?
I'm doing good. What's this flying solo stuff?
You know what? I don't know. I thought maybe you've gotten lost. We needed to call somebody, but it looks like the if lost number tattooed on your arm worked, and we're back ready to roll.
I found some free sandwiches in hospitality.
Oh, there you go. You can lose big guys like us easy when they give out free food.
Start handing that stuff out. They can delay the tournament. I got stuff to do.
So 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter, 15-8 in favor of the Chokers. And it'll be Whatcom basketball from the baseline here. Trying to find an open player and does so, but no point. Out it goes, and it's Harbor basketball from right in front of the scorer's table. 2:54 left here in the first quarter. And Grays Harbor at this point has played the paint very well. Shooting-wise, haven't seen too much. So not quite sure if they're hot or cold yet when it comes to those threes. And Armstrong unable to finish off. And trying to get the rebound there was Jalen Webster. Long three, no good, out of bounds, Harbor basketball.
One of the things that you notice when you look at Grace Harbor, you have 15 points, but 4 of the 5 players on the court have scored. So any player on this team can score.
Okay, you'll have the players on Grays Harbor who average 20 points, 15 points a game. You got a lot of players who average about 7 or 8. So a truly team-oriented approach has been implemented by Coach Chad Allen. And a couple of subs coming in for Whatcom. Going to see Reyes for the first time, as well as Trum checking back in. And out of bounds off the hand of Webster.
Seven-point lead for Grays Harbor. Chance for Whatcom to cut into that.
And on the outside they go, looking for an open shooter, and they've got one. Corner three is overshot into the hands of Kidder. Final 2 minutes, they go off over the middle to Dyer, and out of bounds it goes, and it's going to be a Whatcom ball.
Yeah, it looks like her feet just slid out from underneath her right there.
And then she proceeded to roll the ball toward the corner, but to no avail. Minute 59 left in this quarter. Dyer trying to keep her from crossing the court over the head of Teal. 1-on-2 and nowhere close with that layup attempt. 15 seconds on the shot clock, and they're going to get her for traveling.
All that hustle around that ball, and then the quick turnover right there. What a vantage point we have to call the games from right here. Probably one of the best I've seen, close to the court but elevated. Such a nice venue here at Everett.
Oh, it's a fantastic venue. I mean, usually we'd be down courtside. I mean, we saw Kirk Rowland the other day for the LCC men's competition courtside. It will be again, I assume, for the women's game. It's going to happen later tonight around 6 p.m. It's definitely much better to have this point. The shot from Armstrong is no good off the glass. Minute and 11 seconds in the quarter. They go to the outside, pushing out, and shot for three off the iron, no good. And Kidder on the rebound for Harbor.
Good job trying to follow that up.
And how about Armstrong pushing up? First
Nice
point we've had in a
layup.
while. And heading toward the corner and out of bounds it goes, and it looks like it touched Teal last. So with 44 seconds remaining, it's going to be Whatcom basketball from the far sideline. And big opportunity here for the Orcas. Try to get something rolling at the quarter break.
Nice ball movement from Whatcom.
And in and out it goes. Harbor basketball from the baseline. Was some rotten luck there for the Orcas.
That was good ball movement around the perimeter. Got in for a great shot. Just caught the inside of the back iron.
And now a quick steal away. Up front goes Koyman, and no, but she does draw the foul. It's going to be a foul on Tovia. And Tranum to do the shooting. 17 seconds left, shot up and no good. And second one from Tranum is in there. So final 15 seconds of the quarter ticking down. And Tranum away with the ball once more. 7 seconds, they give up front and unable to close the deal. 3 seconds and a foul.
And that was a nice pass into the low post to give them the opportunity to score. Grace Harbor recovered nicely on defense. Didn't give her a clean look at the basket for a shot.
So 17-9. Game clock at 3. Shot up and drained for a last second three. 17-12.
Cool under pressure.
At the end of the first quarter, 17-12. We'll be right back after this.
Life is about moments. If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight.
You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings.
Do you have that real look in your eye that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quay?
See ya!
Right at it. Oh! He's done it again!
So whatever you're gonna do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.
And welcome back to Everett Community College. Second quarter just about underway. Grays Harbor 5-point lead over Whatcom, 17-12. It'll be Orca's ball to begin the second quarter. Bring the ball in, work it to the left side, down to the corner, tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Chokers. 5 seconds run off the clock. Whatcom back in play. Down to the right side. Back up top. Defense closing in. Loose ball. Kept alive by Whatcom. Shot from the right corner short. Nice job following it up. Fresh 30-second shot clock. Staying on that outside. Grays Harbor taking away that inside passing lane. Here's the shot from the left wing. Drains it. That's 3. And the Grays Harbor lead just to 17-15. 1 minute gone here in the second quarter. Chokers working the ball in the middle. Back to the outside. 2-point shot. Good. Isabel Hernandez, first basket of the game. 19-15 the score. Here come the Orcas. Try to pass it down low. Turnover. Picked up by Grays Harbor. And they bring it up the right side. Cross-court pass. Now back to the top of the key. Here's the shot. Rimmed. Picked up by Whatcom. Tries to put it on the floor. Blocking foul. That'll be the first foul of the quarter. First personal, first team. We have substitutions coming in now for Whatcom. Grays Harbor lead 4. Whatcom looking to make it a one-possession game. Here's a drive down the middle. Right between two defenders, off the glass and in. 19-17, what a pass. Right between two Grays Harbor defenders off the floor. Grays Harbor going on the right side. One of their players on the floor gets back up. Here's the two-point shot. Short off the front of the rim. Tapped out of bounds. Last touch by the Chokers. As we have both teams making substitutions. Whatcom off the glass. Nice shot. Nice pass, nice touch. That basket by Gabrielle Edison, the freshman from Ferndale. That's going to tie us up at 19. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back. NWAC basketball after this timeout.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
And we're back. Everett Community College. Second quarter action. Grays Harbor Whatcom tied at 19. It'll be the Chokers ball. Coming out of the timeout. Bring the ball right down the middle. Tries to get it out of bounds. That pass from Keely Teal goes into the Whatcom bench. It'll be a turnover. Whatcom with the opportunity to take the lead now as they bring the ball up court.
Boy, and Whatcom coming back, tying this ball game up at 19 apiece. A good attack out of the first quarter. Shot up from Whatcom, no good, and Hernandez almost able to get there. And Grays Harbor comes away with the rebound. And Grays Harbor leading by 7. The end of the first quarter as the missed 3 there results in a Whatcom possession.
Whatcom doing a good job staying in this, throwing that one away though.
And here comes Armstrong, unable to finish it, but draws the foul.
Nice hustle that time by Charlia Armstrong. The defender trailing. Picks up the foul, 2 shots at the foul line. Grays Harbor looking to get back on top.
And just one bucket will do that. 6:49 left to play here in the first half of this contest. Again, Grays Harbor never gotten any further than the Sweet 16 in NWAC women's basketball, so a big chance here coming in the number 2 seed. They're 0-8 in championship tournament play as a program.
All right, I got a question for you, Wes. As a Grays Harbor alum, you look at this lineup, and it's true in just about any sport. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 players on this team from Las Vegas, Nevada. How is that connection there?
Well, the connection for Grace Harbor to Nevada is huge. I mean, there were baseball players from Nevada, basketball players from Nevada. Even our soccer team had a couple out there from Vegas, but always heavy recruiting out there. I know for volleyball, Coach Christine Nelson loves to head to Nevada to recruit players. I mean, some of the best players in Grace Harbor the last few years have come from Nevada. I mean, Bria Buchanan comes to mind, was a fantastic outside hitter. And a couple of grand basketball players, I mean, Monique Salazar last season for Grace Harbor women's basketball.
You look at this roster here, 2 of these players are from Washington on the entire team. You got 5 from Nevada, 1 from Arizona, 1 from Alaska.
Well, you know, the NWAC is kind of expanded its recruiting. It's no longer just Pacific Northwest. We've had Texas natives out here. Also a native of Florida. We had the Bronx represented from New York as well. So a little bit of everywhere.
We're seeing some international players on the teams here this year, too. A couple of Australians in the men's tournament.
That is correct, yes. I mean, you're starting to see that more and more as the NWAC has grown in age, recruiting outside the Pacific Northwest. I mean, if I remember correctly, there's also a player from Denmark in the men's bracket.
Yes, sir.
It's just interesting to watch the growth of the Northwestern Athletic Conference, especially over the last 10 years. I mean, it used to be just made up of local boys and girls from the towns, but that trend has completely broken.
Over 30 schools, 4 states?
Yeah. I mean, it used to be the days when the Everett team was just made out of players from the Everett and North Seattle area. As that one isn't able to be finished off, Grace Harbor leading 25-22. I mean, especially the smaller communities like Grace Harbor's from, little Aberdeen, Washington out there, gateway to the Olympic Peninsula. And there's only a couple representatives of the little towns there, Hoquiam and Aberdeen, on either team. And I remember in baseball, we only had a couple local boys, a lot of them from out of the area, as a timeout is called. So Grace Harbor leading 25-22, 4:40 to play. I'll be right back after this.
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
Contention between the Grace Harbor College Chokers and the Whatcom Orcas. And Pete, we've seen kind of a teeter-totter in this second quarter, haven't we?
We sure have. You know, when I joined the broadcast, Grace Harbor was up by 7. Whatcom came back to tie. And now Grace Harbor with a 3-point lead, looking to expand on that.
Looking on the outside, Harbor trying to push up. Do so, handing off to Armstrong. Armstrong pushing out, and here's a 3, and no good. But Dyer on the rebound is fouled.
Nice offensive rebounding by Grace Harbor. 3 players in the paint that time as the shot was taken.
And it's Harbor basketball from the baseline. Tovia with the rock. Finds an open shooter in Mendoza on the outside. I mean, Grace Harbor a year ago had one of the leading scorers in NWAC basketball. Alexia Thrower had a prolific season. And then we come to the Grace Harbor lineup this year, which looks more of a shared team collective as opposed to years past.
See, I like that style of basketball when you have a number of different players that can carry that load, because you know, if you have one player that's basically carrying the team, they have a bad night, twist an ankle, there goes your game. But when you have a balanced attack like this,
I mean, sure, there's a lot of teams that rely on one player. I mean, a lot of teams in the NBA come to mind, but especially in NCAA, NWAC, even NJC, there's always got to be that team collective. It's not going to – there's no LeBron James on any one of these teams. There's no Kobe Bryant. It's no Magic, no Michael. It's just a team, 5 players on the court at a time. And Grace Harbor doing very well this year, emphasizing that.
I think I saw Bill Lambier on Thursday, though.
Oh, yeah?
That was a rough game.
Oh, it was. So 3:35 remaining, 25-23, Grace Harbor with a small advantage here. Foul's going to be on Tovia. And that is the 4th personal on Tovia.
That's tough.
That's very tough. And not the first half Tovia was looking for, I assume. Or the Chokers in general. And Chokers a smaller roster than some of the other teams competing in this tournament. They lose Tovia. They've only got 3 on the bench.
A roster that size, coach has to know when to make those rotations, and 4 fouls. She's going to sit, you would think, for a while with 3 minutes left to go here in the first half.
I don't anticipate seeing her again until the second half starts at least. Armstrong pushing up and finishing 2.
Went right between 2 defenders off the glass. What a drive.
And up they go into the hoop, another 2. So able to respond are the Orcas. And now coming in is going to be Armstrong for Grace Harbor. Looking for an open shooter is Dyer. They find Mendoza for 3. Splash down from downtown. And Whatcom trying to respond. Instead loses the ball right back to Mendoza. And Mendoza over to Armstrong near the near sideline. Mendoza feigns 3, steps up, goes outside to Teal. Teal pushing the matter, and off the hand that time of Koyman. And able to save it.
Nice save.
And the mid-range 2, no good. Rebound Whatcom, and finishing it off for 2 more points. Another contested 3 from Mendoza, but this one will not amount to a tally. Now up a stoppage here, 1:47 remaining. And next game slated to start around the 2 o'clock marker. It's going to feature the Umpqua Riverhawks. We'll have a interview coming up pretty quick. Right now, shooting for Whatcom is going to be Hadaway. Hadaway drains the first one, no issue. So Hernandez checks back in for the Chokers, as does Bird. Next shot is off the rim, no good, and Bird on the rebound.
Okay.
And now I'm joined in the radio booth by a couple of the aforementioned Riverhawks. I've got Taylor Strickland and Salilo Gonzalez, or Cleo, I apologize. I just got a quick glance out at my roster there. So you guys looking at a good matchup here. Not a lot of 3 shooting, but a very physical game up front. So what are you seeing from Grace Harbor and from the other potential opponent, Whatcom, should you make it to the Elite 8?
They're both very good teams, and if we advance to that game, it's going to be a battle, and we're going to have to come prepared and ready to play and give our best.
And you guys got your work cut out for you in the Sweet 16 here. As I get a quick look out here, it looks like you guys over here in the women's bracket. My bracket's all mixed up now. It's going to be you and Wenatchee Valley.
North Idaho.
North Idaho. Wow, look at that. Brackets all mixed up once more. So a very tough North Idaho team for you guys to take care of. So what's your strategy going to be going in against the Cardinals?
I think that we're going to go possession by possession, game by game, and our focus on right now is just taking it by one game. So.
All right, so is it going to be more of a shooting attack we can expect from Umpqua today, or are you going to be more physical like Grays Harbor and Whatcom?
Hopefully both. I think that's the plan, is you want to have a nice balance of both shooting and being physical, and we certainly have the shooters to do that, but our post player can certainly get in there and battle around with the best of them. So I think the goal is to try to play both.
All right, well, good answer there. So 13 seconds remaining. And last thought, you guys have any pre-tournament jitters? And we've seen a couple of players have actually said being up here in the booth is a little more nerve-wracking than actually playing. So you seem to be handling it well.
I've done this before. I was here last year. I'm our only sophomore. So I'm not nervous. For me, it's exciting. It's fun to be back here, and I don't know how the freshmen are taking it.
I mean, for myself, I'm trying to calm my nerves, but I'm sure once we step on the court, all the nerves will go away. So I'm excited.
All right, and as the final seconds tick away, it's going to go into the half, a score of Whatcom 32, Grays Harbor 30. Congratulations on making it this far, and best of luck to you in your Sweet 16 matchup. So again, 10 minutes, and we'll have the second half for you right here from Everett Community College. Wes Tucker keeping you company. We'll be right back after this.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Sandin, the official ball of you. It began.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.
Thanks, man.
We see you. Be your curious self at Clark College.
When I first graduated high school, all I wanted to do was go to a 4-year because if you went to a community college, it was, like I said, not very competitive. But now being at a community college for 2 years, that makes you grow up as a player way more than you would think just going straight to a 4-year. You have a lot of the community members that come out to your games that you know of, and so here I think is where kids really develop their skills and then they can go on to a 4-year. My name is Devaney. I play basketball at Centralia College and I go boldly.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Sandin, the official ball of you. It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Sandin, the official ball of you.
So a big welcome back as we get ready for the second half of play of the Grays Harbor College Chokers and the Whatcom Community College Orcas, 32-30 in favor of Whatcom. Wes Tucker and Pete Richmeyer keeping you company throughout this matchup. Pete, what are we going to see here in the second half?
I think we're going to see a battle. I do. I think both these teams, nobody's going to want to let the other team get too far ahead, and just like that, 5 seconds in, we're tied again.
And Grays Harbor came out firing on all cylinders, had a 7-point lead in the first quarter. But then as the second one rolled around, Whatcom was able to tie it up. And now a three off the iron, no good. Bird on the rebound, gives off to Armstrong. Armstrong charging up the court, full head of steam outside to Teal. Teal around the outside of the arc, top of the key, moves in and tries to bank two to no avail. Bird again on the offensive rebound and can't finish it off.
She is tough on that low post down there for the offensive rebounds.
They're going outside once more, long three, and splash down from downtown.
3-point lead for Whatcom. I believe that's probably their largest lead of the game. They've led by 2.
It is, in fact, again, this 3-point lead. Not much separating them. A one-possession game. Teal to the outside. Ginter. And now long three from Teal. No good. And on the rebound is Trenum. And go up the far side. Give us to Rodriguez. Dancing her way to the top. And now a long two. No good. And the ball is lost. It's going to be Harbor basketball.
I think we're starting to see the Orcas outside shooters a little bit more comfortable. They're getting better looks. They're squaring up their shots. And that's why they've climbed not only back into the game, but in front of Grays Harbor.
So Teal with the ball, having some trouble making it across half court. Does so successfully. It gives to Hernandez. Right back over to Bird. And right out of the bat, Grays Harbor hasn't looked as sharp offensively, but there's a quick lay-in for two, courtesy of Armstrong. So 35-34, Grays Harbor within one.
Always like to see these nice close games during the tournament.
I mean, in the last game you and I had, it wasn't even close. That was an onslaught. So it's a good change of pace. Up on the outside, top of the key is Kidder, and out of bounds it goes. 7:41, not even close to the iron on that one.
No, a little bit quick. She pivoted to the left and tried to stop and pop, and just didn't quite get enough on that one, and it came up short.
So Grays Harbor basketball from their own baseline. It's going to be Sandin Kidder. Sophomore out of Anchorage, Alaska. Looking for an opening, pushing up, mid-range two, hooked in, and Grays Harbor reclaims the lead.
Back and forth battle since late in the second quarter. Nice ball movement.
Outside three and splashdown from downtown. Credit that one to Alyssa Koyman, 5'10" sophomore out of Linden, Washington.
Leading scorer on the floor at this point with 14.
And Bird can't save it from going out of bounds. So unforced error there on the Chokers, turning the ball back over.
Whatcom looking to make it a 2-possession game at this point. 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Long three again, off the iron, no good. Teal on the rebound. Looking for an opening, seems to have found one. Instead, will backtrack a bit. And stolen away again. Trying to get the bounce pass to Kidder. Now up a foul, and that one's going to be on Kidder.
Awkward position to try and spin towards the hoop right between two Choker defenders. One of them catches her, bails her out, and she's headed to the line.
Allison Hadaway, sophomore out of West Seattle, ready to shoot. And we'll get the first one easy. So a bucket here makes a 2-possession lead for the Whatcom Orcas. Shot up and good. So there it is, 2 possessions and 4 points. The biggest lead of the day for Whatcom.
40-36, 6.5 left to go in quarter number 3.
Outside Hernandez. And long two, no good. Bird able to save it, but ends up throwing it right back over to Hadaway. Hadaway pushing up, and good defense up front by Hernandez, but it's going to go out of bounds and still be Whatcom basketball. 23 seconds on the shot clock, 6:12 left in the quarter.
Isabel Hernandez straight up and down on the defense. Nice extension of her hand. That one swatted away by Charlia Armstrong, deflecting the inbounds pass attempt.
And nearly does it again. Long three and off the iron, no good. And Hernandez going to let it bounce out of play.
Smart play. No point in trying to save that.
Oh, absolutely. So Armstrong with the rock across half court, under 6 minutes as of right now. And up goes Kidder, hooking it in for 2.
I think we're in for a good finish here.
Oh, I believe so too, and some good defense up front, and traveling is going to be called on Koyman. So this is the opportunity for Grace Harbor to tie it up here. 5:48 left in the third quarter, 40-38, they are trailing. Crossing half court, they go outside to Hernandez. Dyer with the ball, screen set up by Hernandez, and Bird misses the rock. And a foul. And it looks like that foul is going to be on Hadaway. And honestly, kind of lucky there for the Chokers that they got that foul call, because had they kept playing, it's likely Armstrong would have been called for a travel.
Yeah, she was sliding down to her knees trying to gather that ball up, so very fortunate that she drew the contact.
And Kidder misses 3, and possession goes to Whatcom. 5:31 remaining in the quarter.
Looks like we had a foul called on Isabel Hernandez, her first.
In relatively clean half so far, 3 fouls between the two teams.
And back to a 4-point lead now for Whatcom.
So Harbor needing to find a way to get something going, and that's not how you do it, but it was kicked. So it'll be Grace Harbor basketball from the baseline.
Karina Mendoza back in the game for the Chokers. It'll be their ball on the baseline.
And Mendoza draining one of 2 threes for the Chokers up to this point. And Webster can't finish it off. Tries to get a rebound and then has to retreat to play some defense. So under 5 minutes, going to have a media timeout at the next whistle. Outside to Hadaway. Hadaway looking for an in. They go out, and heavily contested three off the back of the iron, no good. Hadaway on the offensive rebound. Finds an open man, Koyman. And still another offensive rebound.
Good hustle by this Whatcom Orcas team. Third chance this possession to score.
And Koyman blocked up front by Webster.
That's the benefit of keeping your hands up on defense.
And Webster is going to be called for a blatantly obvious travel. And that's going to take us into a timeout. So away we step. Grays Harbor trailing by a score of 42 to 38. Be right back.
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination. Confidence. I trust my gut.
No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership.
I want to make my team and family proud.
And be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
When I first graduated high school, all I wanted to do was go to a four-year. Because if you went to a community college, it was, like I said, not very competitive. But now being at a community college for 2 years, that makes you grow up as a player way more than you would think, just going straight to a four-year. You have a lot of the community members that come out to your games that you know of, and so here I think is where kids really develop their skills, and then they can go on to a four-year. My name is Devaney. I play basketball at Centralia College, and I go boldly.
Back we go after the timeout. 4:16 remaining in the third quarter. A 4-point lead for the Whatcom Orcas. So what does Grays Harbor have to do? They seem to have lost all the momentum they had in the first quarter.
Well, I don't know if it was that or Whatcom picked up their intensity because they're playing a much faster, cleaner game of basketball than they were when I joined the broadcast.
And Grays Harbor comes away with the rock there. 4 minutes, or just over 4 minutes remaining. And this is the opportunity you need to take here if you're Grays Harbor to at least get within two. Two-possession ball game at the moment. Mendoza with the basketball. Passes up to Kidder. Kidder up and in for two. Again, Kidder, very tough offensive threat, especially going off the post like that. And down it goes. No whistle. And Mendoza with the ball.
I think either of them possibly could have been called for the travel, but a good job hustle by both teams to get that held ball. Possession arrow is going to go to Whatcom.
And it looks like both teams anticipating the whistle. It was that obvious. In fact, there was a point of time where everybody was just looking at the ball instead of going for it. 3:37 remaining. Ball passed back in. They go toward the outside. With the ball now is going to be Reyes. And now pushing up and fouled up front is going to be Gabrielle Edison. So she will shoot. And that foul is going to be on Mendoza. And only two sophomores on the Grays Harbor roster. Meanwhile, 3 on the Whatcom roster.
Isn't it a nice sign for a team when you look at a team that can play at this level, this quality of basketball, and they have 2 sophomores? They're returning a lot of players next year.
Oh, absolutely, and I anticipate seeing a good rematch next season of these two teams, and this time they're each going to have 6 sophomores at their disposal. So both teams going to get a lot better. And there is an offensive foul on Mendoza. So 44-40, Grays Harbor still trailing by 2 possessions, 4 points in total. It's the 4th team foul for Grays Harbor. Stolen, no, Mendoza can't quite complete her dive there. Backtracks a bit, they go to the corner.
Certainly good hustle there. Nice job knocking that one away and not getting whistled.
Still going to end up being Whatcom possession, however.
So Orca's ball deep on the sideline, 13 seconds to shoot.
Check back in. Go from the corner, and how about Armstrong with the defense?
Big on defense. They definitely keep their arms up.
And Hernandez can't finish it off, but how about the work of Bird getting that rebound? And there's a mid-range two, putting Grace Harbor within one possession.
Drained that one. That's the big thing about this Grace Harbor team. They have their hands up. They keep their hands up on defense, so they get those shot blocks, and they deflect those passes that the team normally wouldn't when they have to take the time to raise their hands.
And it looks like another traveling violation goes unwhistled. And Grace Harbor with the ball.
Traveling calls are overrated. Let them play.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you just wait until they get the fullbacks of football teams to play, and then there's going to be no stoppage whatsoever.
Start crediting them with yardage.
Exactly. 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Whatcom basketball, still a 2-point lead over the Chokers.
So neither team really looking to pull away, and neither team allowing the other team to pull away.
Boy, and the smell of burnt popcorn wafting its way up into the booth. Folks down at the concession stand seem to have overcooked the batch.
Oh, it sure is.
Oh, yeah.
Half-price popcorn.
There you go. Get it while it's hot. Well, I don't know if it can get any hotter than it smells right now.
That actually happened once at a TCC basketball game. The baseball players burned the popcorn and set off the fire alarms.
Perfect. And now Armstrong with the rock across tap court, trying to find Hernandez. Out of bounds it goes. It will remain with the Harbor. So 5-point deficit for the Chokers, still 2 possessions. And now a conversation between 2 of the Zebras.
Trying to see if that ball is touched by another player before it went out of bounds.
It looks like they're going to stick with the initial call.
A lot of cooperation between the officials at this level, making sure they get it right. They realize what's on the line for these teams.
Bird with the ball up to Hernandez, contested 2.
Nice bounce pass right through the middle of the lane. And conversion on the basket. 1 possession game again.
And long 3, no good off the iron. Armstrong on the rebound for Harbor. We go to Kidder, and Kidder can't keep it in play. Boy, big opportunity there for Harbor. A little less on that throw, and Kidder's got an easy layup.
Yeah, she was full steam ahead. Not much worse she could have done to get to that one. Pass just a little bit long.
Rodriguez with the ball picked off on a pass, and all alone Armstrong up and good for 2. They go outside and trying one of their own to no avail. Harbor comes away with it. Boy, how big would it be for the Fighting Gals of Aberdeen if they can come away with the lead at the quarter?
That'd be something because they trailed by as many as 5.
Quick little handoff to Armstrong. Shot clock at 14. Bird pressing matters up and unable to finish it. There's a foul on the play.
And with that foul, as she was shooting, she will be. So a easy opportunity potentially for Grace Harbor to get back on top. You know, you look at the bench, you look at the Chokers bench, absolutely conserving their energy. Not a lot of emotion, not a lot of jumping up and down that you see from a lot of benches. Focused on the game.
This is the first one. Again, under 50% on the free throw conversions for Bird on the year. And misses them both here, so big missed opportunity for the Chokers. 20 seconds left in the quarter. It looks like the Orca is going to wear down the clock a bit before taking that final shot. Up it goes, and there's a foul. That one's going to be on Hernandez. Oh, correction, it's going to be on Bird. That's the third personal on Bird.
A full quarter yet to go.
And we're in the offing for a great finish. We had a couple great finishes yesterday. LCC taking it to the last second. It looks like we have another one of those here.
2-point lead for Whatcom. 11.5 seconds left to play here in the third quarter.
And still just a one-possession game regardless of the outcome of this second shot. And that's not going to help the Harbor case at all. Stolen away by Bird, and there's a foul. So Harbor basketball, they'll get the last possession here of the quarter. We'll see if they can at least tie it up going into the fourth.
They're going to call that one on Autumn Tronum.
Second foul, 13.
Finds an open player, clock down to 5 seconds. Armstrong pushing up, pulls back, long three, nowhere close, and that's how the third quarter will come to an end, 48-46. We step away, we'll be right back after this. So 10 minutes left in this contest. Wes Tucker and Pete Richmeyer keeping you company, perched precariously above the court here at Everett. A close one here, 48-46 in favor of the Whatcom Orcas. So what are we going to expect from both these teams right out of the break?
Hold on, how precarious? We're safe up here, right?
I like to think so. I like to think so. Maybe we can have words with Garrett about it after we're done with this broadcast.
That'd be a rude surprise for someone on the lower level if it was too precarious.
Absolutely.
I definitely like the view, and I think what we're going to see is exactly what we've seen for the second and third quarters, back and forth battle. May come down to who has the ball last. That's very possible. It's one of the teams suddenly gets hot with their shooting, we're in for a nail-biter.
All right, and again, overtime, a very serious possibility between these two teams going at it here, trying to secure a spot in the Elite Eight. Two of those spots already filled, the third one on the line. And the winner of this game going to play the winner of the Umpqua North Idaho matchup. We have slated to start at 2.
So let's say you're one of these teams looking at the next game, because somebody's going to play the winner of that one. Who are you looking for? Who do you want to match up with out of that fourth game today?
Well, that's a really good question there.
Or does it even matter?
I honestly, at this point, am all for the doesn't matter perspective here. Both the teams are very good, but if I had to pick one that I would dread seeing, it'd be Umpqua. Umpqua, very good shooting team, and both these teams haven't been able to get that outside shooter hot and ready to go. So it's going to be a completely different world than they're used to defending in today's contest. So into the fourth quarter we go, and it looks like it's 47-46. So any idea what just happened down there, Pete?
Yeah, it looks like on the inbounds pass, the player had her foot on the line. She was stepping on the sideline when she received the pass, so a very quick 1-second turnover. Not the way Grace Harbor needed to start.
Not at all. So the shot is airballed completely to the right side. And first 15 seconds have ticked away. Harbor down by 1.
So both teams giving the ball away to start the fourth quarter.
And inward we go. Armstrong with the rock. Bird meanders her way toward the near corner. Teal will dump it right back. They go to Kidder. Kidder pressing up, and there's a foul. And that foul is going to be on Trenum. So Harbor basketball, brand new shot clock for them. Gives up to Armstrong. Armstrong drops back, passes up to Bird. Bird right from behind gives to Teal. Teal contested two, no good.
She had two players in her face trying to get that shot off.
And Rodriguez with the rock, trying to find her way around, and not a bad shot all told considering the pressure that was put on. But it goes in eventually. 49-46, still a one-possession game between the Chokers and Orcas.
Good job picking up that offensive board for Whatcom. Quick answer for Grays Harbor, and it's a 1-point lead.
Boy, that was a long two as well. When you get that open jumper, take it as Harbor comes away with the rebound. 49-48 the score. Teal with the ball. The next game slated to start at 2 o'clock. North Idaho taking on Umpqua. And unable to finish that one off is Teal of Harbor. And Teal has been uncharacteristically quiet for the Chokers in this game. They got a great job containing her as the mid-range two hits the bottom of the net, no good, and ends up in the hand of Bird.
Good job saving that one, but right at the opponent.
And Harbor with the lead. 50-49. Boy, and disadvantage there. Whatcom playing one man down as she ran way out of bounds trying to intercept that pass. So it wasn't hard to find an open shooter for Grays Harbor.
Definitely had numbers. And it was a great shot by Sandin Kidder to put the Chokers on top.
Pressing up and no good. Out of bounds. That's Harbor basketball.
So now Grays Harbor with the lead. Looking to expand on that. Just over 7 minutes left to play here in quarter number 4.
And this is the first time that the Chokers had the lead since the second quarter.
Yes, sir.
So Armstrong gives out to Bird. Armstrong in for 2 more.
Nice backdoor play on the assist from Bird.
And now 3 to tie it up is no good. In and out. And Teal with the rebound gives on back to Armstrong. Here goes Hernandez charging up the court. Stops, pivots, finds Armstrong back near half court. Gives up to Bird just in front of the free throw line. Backwards they go to Teal. And Armstrong, long 3, no good off the back of the iron.
Good job by Whatcom blocking out on that 3. Picks up the easy rebound. Here they come the other way.
And off the back of the iron, turnabout fair play for Whatcom. And pushing matters, Teal, and 1.
Nice fake pass. Kept her momentum going towards the hoop, lays it up, draws the foul. 3-point play. Heading to the line for the and 1.
That is the second personal foul on Allison Hadaway. The team's second as well. And Teal the opportunity to complete the 3-point play here. Harbor with a 2-possession lead. And it's good. So just over 6 minutes left to play. Whatcom finds themselves trailing by 6. The outside they go. A long contested 3. Splash down. from downtown, Gabrielle Edison. And that's going to force a choker timeout. So away we step. We'll be right back after this.
I am strong.
I won't give up.
I put my heart into the game.
I learned from my mistakes.
Focus.
Determination.
Confidence.
I trust my gut. No limits.
Preparation.
Dedication.
Leadership. I want to make my team and family proud.
Be an inspiration for other girls who like sports.
Join the movement.
When I first graduated high school, all I wanted to do was go to a 4-year because if you went to a community college, it was, like you said, not very competitive. But now being at a community college for 2 years, that makes you grow up as a player way more than you would think just going straight to a 4-year. You have a lot of the community members that come out to your games that you know of, and so here I think is where kids really develop their skills and then they can go on to a 4-year. My name is Devaney. I play basketball at Centralia College and I go boldly.
So on we go here, 6 minutes and 3 seconds left, and it looks like a correction there as the officials only granted 2 points on the last shot for Whatcom. So 55-51 the score, still a Harbor lead, but a slim one nonetheless, and nearly losing the ball is Kidder.
We saw them have trouble with the inbounds pass to start the fourth quarter and almost an issue there.
Bird.
Interesting fact about Aberdeen.
Oh, what's that? Tell me about this.
The elevation in Aberdeen is only 23 feet. Right now, in our perch, we are higher than the city of Aberdeen.
Well, how about that? And shot clock at 3, and in it goes, Armstrong.
6-point lead now for Grays Harbor. Just about the halfway point in the fourth quarter.
You know, a lot of people look at Aberdeen and think of small town USA, but I tell you, I'm right now living up in Monmouth, Oregon, and I tell you, only one traffic light in Monmouth, whereas you go through Main Street in Aberdeen, they got traffic lights every 30, 40 feet. So I think I've seen a couple of different distinctions of it now, and I think I'm educated enough to say that Aberdeen, a lot bigger than a lot of people think.
Aberdeen may be the most well-known small town in the world, too. Of course, home of Kurt Cobain.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. In fact, I remember our every sport at Grays Harbor in the practice mix, all the songs, there had to be at least one Nirvana song playing every half hour. That was one of the rules that at least the baseball team went by. I know that the athletic director out there, Tom Sotero, is a big fan of it. He's in attendance today watching the Jokers go at it here in the Sweet 16 as the ball stays in play for Whatcom.
Inside, almost inside the 4-minute mark, right down the middle, huh?
Well, see, what a lot of people don't talk about is there's Kurt Cobain, but also from the same area, you got to remember Toby Keith playing free shows in Montesano, Washington on a bale of hay back before he got big. So a couple of big artists from the Olympic Peninsula out there.
Toby Keith is from there?
I don't remember exactly from there, but in my conversations with a few people out on campus at Grays Harbor who have been there forever, they used to go to the free shows Toby would put on out at the Montesano Fairgrounds.
Oh, that must have been something.
Oh, absolutely. See where he ended up, one of the biggest names in country music. And a timeout will be taken. So Harbor still with a 4-point lead, 59-55.
Life is about moments. If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight.
You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings.
Do you have that real look in your eye that when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quaid? See ya! Right at it, right at it. Oh! He's done it again!
So whatever you're going to do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.
And we're back.
And
Grace-
3:51.
Grace Harbor the opportunity to stretch this out, a 2-possession lead.
And a little Google search proved he wasn't from the Montesano area.
From Clinton, Oklahoma.
So 3:51 remaining in the contest, and first shot is up and good. And quality one brewing here. 60-55. Grace Harbor trying to widen the margin. And there you got it.
That's the key down the stretch, is to make sure you hit your free throws.
And handled well up front, and outside shot for three is no good. Armstrong on the rebound. And a foul.
Nice effort going coast to coast.
So again, 61-55.
Keely Teal at the line.
And shot is up and good. And Grace Harbor just trying to widen the margin a bit here in the final 3.5 minutes. Teal on the year, a 64.4% shooter, drains them both here in this trip to the line. .327 toward the outside they go. Bounce pass up and in, and another foul.
They're going to say that foul was on the floor, so no basket. Good job to maintain possession. Grace Harbor had their hands on it.
And off the foot of Armstrong. So final 3 minutes and 17 seconds. This is where you start seeing those strategic fouls, trying to get the ball back in your own possession. They go outside, long three attempt, no, feigns it, moves up for two, no good. Armstrong on the rebound.
I was just looking at that, and that's one thing we definitely want to keep an eye on. Whatcom with 4 team fouls. Grace Harbor only with 1, so if Whatcom starts fouling, they're going to put Grace Harbor at the line for 2 shots every time that happens from here on out.
And they've got a lot of players with a lot of fouls to work with. You know, a lot of people find it interesting how the last 2 minutes in basketball can take 20 to play due to that strategy. And they go back out again towards Rodriguez. Long three and no good, but the rebound won by Lucas.
Still over 2.5 minutes left, so no need for Whatcom to really start panicking and force things that aren't there. Good job drawing the foul.
And a couple of shots here. Up and good. Drained on the first one. 2:26 remaining. And shot up and no good. Harbor on the rebound. And now I'm joined up in the broadcast booth. I got a couple of North Idaho Cardinals with me. How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
All right. Well, one of you sounds very enthusiastic over there.
Always.
All right. So we got a good one coming up, and taking on Umpqua. And Umpqua saying that it's going to be a good physical game, some shooting mixed in, a good little mixed competition. So what's your opinion? What's coming up?
I think it's a great matchup, and we're ready to play our game and do what we need to do and come together. So.
Yeah, I think we're ready to pull together as a team and run some good plays, make some good runs, and see where it goes.
We're prepared. We're ready.
Yeah.
All right. So if you were to win your matchup here against Umpqua, which team down on the floor right now do you think you'd fare better against? The physical play of Grace Harbor or the getting hot shooting offense down there of Whatcom?
Honestly, I think that probably the physical team against Grays Harbor.
Yeah.
We have a pretty strong team, and I think that it would be a good game against them.
Yeah.
All right. Very good, very good. And again, you guys are fighting for an Elite 8 spot. It's a long day of basketball for a lot of people. You guys mentally prepared, ready to go? You feel up to the challenge?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Our practices are long days.
All right.
Spent a lot of time in the gym already.
Yeah.
All right, well, you guys sound ready to go, and I hope you are. A big congratulations on making it this far in the tournaments, and best of luck to you in your Sweet 16 matchup. Again, right here, starting at about 2 is going to be the next game, and that's going to feature the North Idaho Cardinals and the Umpqua Riverhawks. Meanwhile, timeout just wrapping up on the court. And we're ready to play the last minute 47. And ball back into play. With it is Rodriguez. Rodriguez looking for someone open. They go to the outside, and no good on the 3. They do, however, get the rebound. Shot for 2 is good. So 69 to 58. Harbor with an 11-point advantage here.
So Whatcom doing a good job that time, staying with the play, picking up that offensive board, getting the second chance points. Trailing by 11 with a minute and a half left, still plenty of time.
So how tough of an odyssey is this going to be to get those needed 11 points in a minute and a half remaining?
Well, they've got the shooting to do it. They've been shooting well. What they have to do is get a couple stops on defense. Don't let Grays Harbor run down the clock.
And it's going to be Grays Harbor basketball from the baseline here. And Kidder to throw it in. Grays Harbor's a minute and a half away from going further than any Grays Harbor team has ever gone in the tournament before. And up and in for 2 more.
That didn't help Whatcom's chances.
Not at all. They go toward the outside, and it's going to go out of bounds.
That went off of Grays Harbor, so Whatcom's going to keep possession. 24 on the shot clock, 1:22 left to go. Trailing by 13. They definitely have their work cut out for them. Can't take a lot of time to set up the play.
Boy, and that's the last thing Whatcom needed right there. Ball stolen away by Armstrong. Hernandez near half court, and they're going to call her.
Backcourt violation. Tried to pivot, turned around, stepped on the wrong side of the court, and that's going to be a turnover as we get a substitution. Samantha Ruby back in the game for the Orcas.
So looking for an opening now is Rodriguez going to the outside. Shot up for 2 is good.
We've reached the 1 minute mark, down by 9. Now I think we'll see a couple fouls.
All right, well, a timeout taken by Whatcom. We'll see the strategy when we come back. And no, correction, we are going to keep you right here. So again, the fouling strategy, obviously a easy way to go to here.
Well, when you look at what Grays Harbor is shooting from the line, it definitely could be an advantage for Whatcom. Get a couple rebounds. You want to box out. You want to get those rebounds and get some quick shots because it is at least a 3-possession game to send it to overtime.
Yeah, right now the deficit is 11. 71 to 60.
A 4-possession game.
So basically a bucket here is the nail in the coffin.
They tried to foul, didn't get the call, but they wind up with the turnover.
And get the first 2. And now it looks like a timeout taken by the Chokers. And during this time, we'd like to remind you, today's game brought to you by Jimmy John's, proud supporter of NWAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championships. We'd like to thank Jimmy John's for their continued support of the Best Seat in the House promotion. Each game, a contestant's chosen to sit on the couch during the game and receive a Jimmy John's sandwich. Jimmy John's, freaky fast, freaky good. By the Wounded Warrior Project. More than 48,000 service members have been physically wounded during the military conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan. An estimated 400,000 are living with the invisible wounds of war, including post-traumatic stress disorder, major depression, and traumatic brain injury. The NWAC is rallying behind the Wounded Warrior Project.
And we're back. Here we go. Grace Harbor looking to inbound the ball. 9-point lead.
And 49.5 seconds left to play.
So we're going to see some solid pressure defense by Whatcom. Probably a quick foul to get it in bounds. There it is.
And there's the foul. So 2 shots going to be taken by Kidder. So if Kidder can put both of these away, this game is pretty much sealed at that point.
Not necessarily. If you can get down court, get a quick 3, I mean, you still have, almost 50 seconds left to play. That can be done.
And Grace Harbor bringing everybody back on the defensive already. Only one lone member of the Chokers team on that side of the court, and that's the shooter.
Here come the Orcas.
And intercepted. Beautifully done, Armstrong. There, no. Kidder back in, and there's a foul.
Great job by Kidder following the play, following the breakaway. Good hustle to get back and get that offensive rebound, draw the foul.
So Kidder to shoot again, 1 for 2 on her last trip behind the line. And up and good on the first.
And now with 36 seconds and 11-point lead, it is looking tough for Whatcom.
And 2 for 2 on this trip. So they go up, ball. Just crossing half court, 34 seconds. Pushing up they are, and a foul up front. You got a lot of fight left in this Whatcom team.
Still a foul to give for Grace Harbor. Before Whatcom goes to the line, less than 30 seconds left now.
And stolen away, they huck the ball across the court. Kidder with the rock, and there's the foul. So 19.9 seconds, and this game is all but sealed. And Kidder to the line to shoot again. (74-62). Shot up and good. (13 points separating these two teams.
So we see the substitutions for Whatcom bringing the sophomores out. Hugs on the sideline.
And here Whatcom comes down 76-62. Grace Harbor going to advance to play in the Elite 8 matchup tomorrow. And there's a long 3. Bank is open.
Big smile on there.
And Hernandez gets the ball back, and that's going to wrap things up. Grace Harbor wins by a final score of 76-65, and this is the longest run a Grace Harbor team has had in NWAC women's basketball history. A quality game, to say the least. Any final thoughts, Pete?
Whatcom, they look dejected on the sideline. Obviously, tough to lose. But I'll tell you what, they played a heck of a game. They held the lead there for a while. Nothing to be disappointed about. Sweet 16 finish. A lot of young players. They'll be back. Well done, Whatcom.
No doubt about that. A lot of young players advancing to the Elite 8. Grace Harbor punches their ticket. And starting in about 20 minutes, we will have another game. North Idaho taking on Umpqua. So congratulations to Grace Harbor College. And we'll have another Sweet 16 matchup in about 20-25 minutes. So from all of us here at Northwestern Athletic Conference, our crew at STSPN, our producer Todd Elving, for Pete Richmeyer, I am Wes Tucker. We'll see you in just a little while.
When I first graduated high school, all I wanted to do was go to a 4-year because like if you went to a community college, it was, like I said, not very competitive. But now being at a community college for 2 years, that makes you grow up as a player way more than you would think just going straight to a 4-year. You have a lot of like the community members that come out to your games that you know of, and so here I think is where kids really develop their skills and then they can go on to a 4-year. My name is Devney. I play basketball at Centralia College and I go boldly.
WWCC is affordable. Find your way. Attend part-time. Direct transfer. Join the fun at WWCC.